Hey YouTube, Gimbal B here with a video tutorial on setting up Open Broadcaster software. Open Broadcaster software is a piece of software originally used for streaming, but I use it to locally record Eve, as it records in a much more compact style than Fraps without losing any quality. So, for example, I recorded a 7-hour roam in Open Broadcaster software, but it only used 3 GB of hard drive space and kept good crystal clear 1080p quality. So I'm going to go right into it. The first thing you want to do is you want to go to settings up here, and then ignore general, go to encoding. You want to set quality balance to 10 and max bitrate to 5K and buffer size to 5K. The reason you want to do this is quality balance 10 is the maximum quality setting. The reason you would lower it would be for streaming, but when you're locally recording, 10 is ideal and you get very little quality loss whatsoever. Max bitrate, I set it to 5K because it never goes above that in the amount that of hard drive space it needs, and it doesn't always use that 5K. That's how much it will go up to before it starts dropping frames and such. So 5K is pretty much ideal. Then go to broadcast settings, go mode, file output only, and then select file path and give it a file name. I just use broadcast.mp4 because every time I record it will say broadcast number.mp4, so it leaves everything in very sort of neat order in that recording folder. Then you want to go to video, go to custom and hit 1920 by 1080 if that's what you want to record in. You can also record in any resolution below that, and then don't use resolution downscale, select 30 FPS and have that ticked. Disable error at startup. It's good for if you want to record a monitor rather than a specific piece of software. So with that all done, hit OK, and then you want to set up what you're actually recording. So right now I have monitor right. This is my right hand monitor, and that is what is currently recording. So you want to go to, normally you'd set up a new scene, so I'll go add scene. We'll call it scene 2. Fortunately, I can't show you this little bit. So yeah, that's how you add a new scene. But for sources, you want to just go to source. There's a couple of ways to capture Eve. So the first one is add software capture. Go OK. You can either select monitor 1, which would be my left monitor in this case, which has Eve on it, or you can go window capture, which capture specific windows of pieces of software. This can be pretty much any piece of software, any game, or like Chrome or any IRC client, for example, will also be able to be recorded through that. And you want to select inner window, as if clicking entire window leaves this bit up here. So those are 2 ways of doing it. So I'll select monitor capture 1 for now. So that's at the bottom. It will select the source from the lowest on sources to actually use. So if you want to put anything smaller, like say something up here, then you would put that at the bottom and it would go on top of like the main screen. The other way of capturing is to go add game capture. And this is still experimental apparently, but I've never had issues with it. It will record directly from the game instead of just capturing that screen that's being displayed. This is much more efficient than just capturing the screen. However, it can have problems, although I've never personally experienced any. So it's selected application, Eve, and Definitive Esports, which is the character that's logged on. So just hit OK, and there we go. It's now capturing Eve and recording Eve. So yeah, that's pretty much how to record. The only thing I would say as a finishing note is Fraps will normally break up the file when it reaches a certain file size. This is to stop problems occurring with the video. Windows, I think, has issues with video files above a certain file size in certain formats. So you'll want to manually start and stop streaming in Open Broadcast software I do it every half hour or so, but You can go up to about an hour, I think, without needing to do it. And yeah, that's it really. I hope this is useful.